Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Toby from 170, and in this video we're going to talk about the tactics, which are the third ones, and they are called the expansion ones. In the previous videos I made, and I talked about the war and defense tactics. There are two videos for that, and in this one we will talk about the expansion. Okay, so expansion is also one of the most useful tree overall in the KvK, and most likely the most used tree as well, if not the war one. In the first option you have the emergency reinforcement, increase marching speed for units on their way to construct a thermal tower by 1%. Personally, I would not use this one, never. Okay, next you have quick return, increase marching speed for units on their way to deconstruct a thermal tower. It is the opposite of the first one, and this is also the one that I would prefer to use. Third is the frontier defender. Units marching speed for assisting or garrisoning a thermal tower is increased by 1%. This is debatably useful, but personally I would still go for the deconstruction one. It is far more useful in my opinion. Next is the one investment point. It is the rock solid versus indestructible. So increase maximum durability for thermal towers that are under construction by, that is a lot of points. Okay, but still, no matter how many points these are, if someone shows up to hit that thermal tower, then these points are not going to count much. It is definitely going to go down. On the other hand, if you have made a tower, it will have 5,000 more points, which will give your enemy more trouble to break or deconstruct the tower, and give you more time to defend it. This is a very clear option in my opinion that I will go for. Next up is the combat engineer 1, 2 and 3. So a lot of players like to go for the 1 or 2, which are 50% chance to reduce the amount of wounded troops by 6% for units constructing a thermal tower. Wounded troops that are affected will be healed back to normal troops. Then you have the combat engineer 3. For have 50% chance to reduce the amount of seriously wounded troops by 6% for units constructing a thermal tower. Seriously wounded troops that are affected will be healed back to wounded troops. Okay, but personally, this is my personal favorite. The combat engineering 2 you have 50% chance to instantly recover wounded troops by 6% for units constructing a thermal tower. Seriously wounded troops that are affected will be healed back to normal troops. Yes, so some people will debate that why do you need this when most of the players are gonna construct the tower with one troop marches. That is a very fair argument. In that scenario, this is a waste skill, but the players who are helping you make the tower by tanking it, or what we say capping it. Capping means putting their main march or their strong high march on top of all of your marches to tank the damage from enemy hits. They will be requiring this skill to keep their tanking consistent and taking less damage. So for them, more considerate, to be like more considerate, this is the best option. And if even you want to try to tank that, this is still going to help you. Next up, we have the engineering expertise versus demolition. Engineering expertise and demolition are both equally useful, extremely good tactics, but these are also very conditional and situational. If you are trying to make towers, then engineering expertise is the best option. If you're trying to dismantle them, then it's the opposite. Demolition is the best option. Personally, when we are on the defensive, we use engineering expertise more. When we are on the offense, we use demolition more. But that's just me. Each server has their own plannings. Next up is the quick repair. So Increase thermal towers structure strength recovery speed by 3%. For honor, when destroying thermal towers, alliance members receive 3% additional legion marks. I really don't understand the point of this tactic. Really, I don't understand it. This seems like a very selfish type of tactic to me, and I would never really use this one. Never. Last man standing is the one that I will personally go for. Um, when attacking enemy units that are destroying our thermal tower, gain 3% extra honor after victory. So once again, if you're on the defense, then this is the best option: quick repair. Actually, even if you're not on the defensive, you should still go for this one, unless you are overwhelming your enemies. Okay, if you know that there is no chance the enemies can come back even if they do efforts, then you can go with the last man standing. As I am in one of the most strongest servers in the game, I mostly prefer to go with this one. But when we are against a very heavy matchup, like one of one of the strongest servers, then this this is the best option. Okay. Next up is one of the most important tactics in the whole game, which is Wonder Builder, a very obvious choice. This is not debatable. When placing in the next thermal tower, instantly finish the construction progress, effective for 30 minutes. So if you're not placing a tower under 30 minutes, then this skill will be wasted, and it goes on cooldown for 24 hours, I believe. On the other hand, Iron Wall immediately recovers 100% structure strength of all thermal towers that are constructed. Okay. So Wonder Builder is the most important in my opinion, but when we are using the Alt Alliance towers, using Alt Alliances, this comes in handy way too much. Okay, this is very handy. So personally, I would use Wonder Builder, and in the Alt Alliances, I would go with the Iron Wall if the enemy is pushing me, unless otherwise I would go with the Wonder Builder as well in the Alt Alliance to go on the offensive. Team Worker, increase transfer rate from resources gathered to alliance members transferred alliance resources by 1%, 3% actually. This is something that our active or hyper strong server will never require, because there are enough members in your alliance to gather enough resources for you to never go out of resources. And for best example for that, I have to show you here. If you go to thermal power tower area, just check these amount of resources. This is in the G's. Food is almost 3G, then this almost 2G, and other resources. So I'm never gonna run out of resources. So this scale is practically useless for me if I'm using it. Next is the material specialist. Again, I'm not gonna run out of resources. So reduce time required normal manufacture a thermal tower by 3%. This is the best option out of these three. It will reduce the required time to manufacture a thermal tower. This is useful. And in the last we have Ex Nihilo. Consume double resources to obtain a manufactured thermal tower instantly. This is useful in a very active and very extreme matchup. Okay, where you are running out of manufactured towers, then you can use this one. On the other hand, you have security alert. I would still prefer this one very much. Immediately unleash protection barriers on all alliance thermal towers that last for 30 minutes. So for example, let's say I use this skill, then all of these towers that like belong to my alliance, the SF alliance, they will have a protection barrier. They will have a bubble like this one, protection barriers, and for 30 minutes no one can attack these towers. So overall, for the third and the last skill, tactics expansion, this is all for this video. If there is anything you want to discuss or know about, you can let me know in the comment section. I will definitely answer you there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.